the first thing that probably hits you when you get to the airport is the fact that, oh my god, I'm now alone. As per alone from the entire flight to landing. Once you land, you get off the plane, you carry your stuff by yourself, and you probably leave the airport, like airport door opening, those sliding doors, and then you are stepping out and you're navigating your way to wherever you're going to stay. What's going to come to your mind, or what might just be ringing through your mind, is just the fact that now you're by yourself, and it may not even hit you. For some people, it doesn't hit you immediately. It doesn't even hit you in the first week or the first few days, or that trip, like from your home country to this new country that you're going to start in. But that's one of the shocks that I experienced. Like on the flight, I think I cried a bit, and then getting here, there was excitement 100% from preparing and traveling. There's definitely going to be excitement, and that excitement is a good thing. If you're not excited, then I don't know, but there should be some excitement. Like, nevertheless, there should be some excitement. But aside the excitement, just being on the flight and thinking about it, I'm not here with my parents, I'm not here with my siblings, I'm not here with, as per, friends that I've held for a long time, and I'm just like, oh my god. So that's one of the first shock I experienced, or the first, I don't know, realization, let's put it like that, the first realization. And it can be very overwhelming, especially if you are not somebody that likes independence. You don't like to figure stuff out by yourself, you are indecisive, or it just gives you headache and a lot of stress to think about things and sort things out by yourself. But as time goes by, you would be able to navigate it. So that's the very first thing that I was like, oh my god, they did not tell me this is how I would feel. I mean, people would try to explain to you, but different things for different people. So someone else's experience could be that they were just excited and that's all they felt, and maybe they had a very soft landing, they didn't really have to struggle with a lot of things. I came in the winter, and I think one of my major struggles as well, which is the next thing, is the cold. I came in January 2024. The cold, from the airport doors opening and me stepping out, I mean, they had told me it was cold, but I think just being there and experiencing it, I was like, oh my god, why is it so cold? And that was not even the height of the cold, because it still got colder as days went by. But I just remember that day thinking that, I don't know if I made the right decision. Like, I was just concerned for myself, and it hits your face first, obviously, because let's say you are wearing layers already, because I had layers, but the first place it hits is your face, and I was just like, god, that big. And that was another thing that felt overwhelming. And then trying to navigate my way around in the cold. So there are gloves that you can press your phone with, because I use Google Maps on my phone. Everybody uses Google Maps here. And the gloves I had, I could not press my phone. So anytime I need to check Google Maps to know the bus to take, to know which bus stop to go to, because I didn't know my way around yet, my immediate environment, I didn't know my way around without Google Maps yet. Anytime I needed to use Google Maps, I had to take off my gloves, and then I'll be scrolling through, and my hands are freezing, my face is freezing, and I'm just here thinking to myself that god, if my mom was here now, if my daddy was here now, like, somebody would have helped my life be a lot more easier. And I mean I had my friend came to help me, and she really did make my life easier, but there was still this struggle. There was navigation. There's also the fact that part of the things that's like rite of passage when you come is getting lost, or missing your way, or entering the wrong bus, or getting off at the wrong bus stop. Those kind of things, don't worry. If it happens to you, you don't feel bad, you don't need to feel foolish, because it's normal. That's how you settle in. So I got lost a couple of times, I took the wrong bus, I missed my way, and in those times I would just be like, god, I don't think I'm supposed to struggle this much. But it's all just part of the process, right? So that's another thing: the weather, the navigation, the constant thinking of, why am I struggling so much? Why am I struggling so much? And the funny thing is that struggling so much doesn't necessarily mean you made the wrong decision. At the same time, having a soft landing and having things just fall in line for you easy and immediately also doesn't, like, it's not always the guarantee that you made the right choice. I think the most important thing is just being in step with God's plan for you. So just being in alignment to God's plan and God's purpose for your life, that's the most important thing. So I think that's one of the things that I really held on to all through the shaggy phase, and just wondering if I have destroyed my life with my own hands. But obviously there was still that happiness and that excitement, but it's just part of the initial process. And if you speak to a couple of people too that have come, they would share similar stories of when they came. Oh my god, I went through this. Oh my god, I went through that. I wasted money. I didn't know I was supposed to shop here. I should have shopped here. It was cheaper. all those things. It's part of the process and it's part of the story we're able to tell, right? I think the best thing in this video is just for you to take as many experiences as you can and try to avoid unnecessary mistakes for yourself, or just prepare your mind as you come. If you're planning to come, you're coming soon, or you want to come in the future, sometime in the future, just to ready your mind. And another thing is that I packed a lot, not so much, but I had extra luggage. They had to send things to me as well. So best believe, if you've watched my video of preparing to travel prep, everything, I packed a lot. I tried my best to bring essential things I would need for at least the first 2-3 months. I don't need to go to an African store. I don't need to buy anything that cannot be found in any grocery store that is trackable from my house. So I packed a good amount of things, but guess what? I still needed some things as I got here. So no matter how much you pack, best believe you cannot pack everything. Let's say you even pack past me and all the things you bring, you're able to use them for 6 months. I love it for you, but you will still need to buy things. So try not to be so overwhelmed with being perfect in your packing that you now just get tired and frustrated very fast. Do your best, pack what you need, pack stuff that are important to you that you don't want to be looking for up and down here, but don't get yourself worked up about it. So no matter how much you pack, don't stress too much. Last you will buy it here. There's nothing you will not find. Somehow, I mean, except the granola I really like, but somehow you get it. And then I wish somebody also told me before traveling that you will not have total control over everything that's happening. So you will make plans, you would try your best to keep to the timelines you set for yourself, you would work hard, you do everything, but sometimes it's not in your power. So for example, I've told the story on this channel of how my visa was delayed, and that was outside of our control. When I say our, like me and my family members, we did what we could do, and that was it. Like, we just had to wait it out. So when it now comes to you traveling and getting here, I think one of the first things to now is like finding a job. If you're a student, a part-time job, and then trying to settle in. If you did not get a place before coming here, finding a place. There are a lot of things you will need to do as time goes by, like more and more decisions every now and then. Like the more you go, the more you progress, the more things you need to do, the more things you need to get done. And it's just important that you accept from the very beginning that everything is not always going to be within your control. So no amount of planning would remove some kind of stress. Like, let me explain. So no matter how much you plan, rather, there are still things that you cannot control. So you do your best and just leave the rest. There are still things that IRCC has to decide, and you just do your best, submit your application, put your documents together, and just pray. There are still things that have to do with, like, maybe finding a job, and maybe the kind of job you're looking for, and just settling in here and making this place home to you. Maybe you don't find the exact apartment you like, or the apartment you like is like more way above your budget and things like that. Just accept early on, like early enough, that there are some things you will not be able to control, and this is a new environment. As much as possible, try to reduce the amount of stress you put on yourself and the amount of frustration you put on yourself or you go through. So if you cannot control it, if you cannot do anything about it, just sleep. Do your part and leave the rest. Honestly, just do your part and leave the rest. Many things will try to frustrate you, but once again, the advice that my friend gave me that was very helpful is try your best not to allow the system frustrate you. Try your best to just work hard, pray, and leave the rest. Because at the end of the day, the headache is not going to solve the problem. You're worrying about it is not going to solve whatever the issue is. And then a linking point would be that no matter how bad your situation is, this may not be a sweet point, but no matter how bad your situation is, I promise you there's somebody that has come before you, or that is here, that has gone through worse than you, or the exact same thing. Sometimes your case is not actually special. You just don't know people that have gone through that, so it feels like you're the only one that is in this fix, this problem, and everybody else is just going through and thriving and doing very well. Speak to people, make connections, genuinely be interested in people, establish relationships here. You realize that there's information out in the world, like there's information all over, but it's until you reach out for information that you get that information. So it's only information you know that can help you, and here information is very important. It's what you know that can help you. It's if you know how to file taxes that you'll be able to file your taxes. It's if you know that there is a better way to save money, better way to invest money, better way to make money, better way to find jobs, that you would get these things. Like, nobody's going to just bring it to you. A lot of times you would actually need to reach out a lot. this environment is new for you and it can get overwhelming to settle in. But honestly, I feel like no matter how introverted you are, there are ways around it. Where there's a will, there's a way. There are ways around just trying to still navigate, making new connections, meeting new people, and gaining as much as you can from them, and them gaining from you as well. Another thing is that you will feel lonely if you come to an environment. Move from Nigeria to Canada, you most likely would feel lonely, except you come with family, or you come with friends, or you live with people you already know prior to living with them. Do you get? You will most likely feel lonely. It does not mean there's a problem with you. It does not mean that that's the end of your life. I'm a very jovial, exciting, enthusiastic person, so I can very jumpy, very sometimes you like say calm down. I mean, except in cases like in class, so I have to calm down, like maybe I was working, I have to just calm down, do your own and go. Like, it's not every time we'll be playing, but I still found myself lonely sometimes in like the beginning. At some point I'm like, oh my god, because most people are just on their own, do their things. Even if you live with housemates, I don't even know my neighbors. Everybody just wants to do their own thing and face their phones. I mean, a lot of times they talk a lot and there's a lot of small talk, a lot of chit chat. Sometimes you're like, just leave me alone, I just want to walk and go. But aside that, like, most people are just on their own, just focus and go. You can exchange pleasantries, but just face your own. Compared to what I'm used to, where I'm coming from in Nigeria, more often than not here, everybody's just fixed on their own and they move on. So it can feel like you are alone, even though there are many people around you. It's normal, but the way to make things better for yourself is to begin to open up your heart and your mind to making new friends and meeting new people happily, excitedly. It will be hard because you're like, I don't know, I can't trust this person, I don't know this person that much, I just met this person today, I just met this person yesterday, how can I be going out with her, with him already? But it's from meeting them and speaking and, you know, hanging out that you would actually make friends. So the lonely feeling is normal, because I mean, I came in the winter once again. I feel like I've said that thing like 101 times. So yes, like most times people are indoors in the winter, so that kind of added to the loneliness. And then there's also winter depression that some people experience. But even with that, like, speaking to your friends over the phone, for me, like speaking to family very frequently, speaking to my friends over the phone very frequently, my church community, started meeting people in church, that helped me to begin to open up, and it just helped me to, you know, see that this is a new environment and I can make it home for myself. So as I was happy at home, I was not lonely at home, this is now home, and we need to get into making it home. So it's your responsibility to make it home for yourself. Whatever you make of this new place that you have found yourself is what it would be for you. So regardless of how many networking events, how many conferences and events that you attend, if you don't try to keep, like, nurture those connections, nurture those relationships, and be a person of value to people, and then also experience people's value, like enjoy people's value, the value they bring to your life, you can still feel lonely 1 year after, 2 years after. It's something that has to be daily progress for you if you would make this place your home. And so these are just things to have in mind, not to scare you, not to make you feel bad, but to prepare your mind, and also so that when you come, like, what you're coming with is the knowledge of, okay, I know this might happen, I know I might feel this way, I know I might feel that way, but everything will be fine, things get better. And I'm not just saying it for saying it, they actually do get better. The me of now, February 2025, is way more excited and more optimistic about life and everything than the me of February 2024, because so much has happened and I've just seen a lot of improvement and a lot of blessings and favor and help of God, honestly. So I do hope as well that you enjoy all of this and that your experience with coming to Canada would be smooth, less stressful, less frustrating, a lot of joy and gladness, more of joy and gladness and excitement than of anger and tiredness and frustration and all of that. And a final thing is that many times in your frustration and your loneliness, you would just feel the need to gather whatever money you have left and go back home. That feeling of wanting to go back home is normal. You will feel it. I felt it a lot of times. I spoke to people that also felt it, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not only me. Okay, no problem. And then I had friends that would say, don't worry, we'll be fine, it's get better, like, don't worry, like, me when I came, this will happen, blah 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 blah. Oh no, it does get better, but all of that is just to say thank you for watching this video. I'm optimistic that it was helpful for you. Please share with people, your friends, your family that you know are coming to Canada soon, students or not students, and if you're coming to Canada anytime soon, welcome in advance. So my name is Fisaya. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to like it, to share, to subscribe, because a lot of effort went into this video. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.